Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. These ayat from Surah Mubarakah Az-Zahra, Surah number 33, from ayah number 38. MashaAllah, Quran al-Kareem, when you listen to it, sometimes if you go to YouTube and you listen to some of the famous qaris, and they read a ayat, each one of them is a lesson. And if you follow them and find them, then you find the mawzu that you want to read for jalasat like today. The Surah Al-Ahzab starts with telling the Prophet that I have sent you as a Rasul to take the Payam and to the people. And you can't deny in these ayat, it is the ayah number 38, it says, I've sent you to take tabligh al-Risalah from Allah, and to tell people to be only afraid of Allah. And don't be afraid of anybody else but Allah. In other words, it gives them a message that if you rely and make tawakkul to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will give you right. Which also, it brings a great happiness to us, the Shia of Imam Ali, the followers of Fatima Az-Zahra alayhi salam, that when we step in this property, and we know that this is the center that Alhamdulillah has been named after Fatima Az-Zahra. And what a great joy that today we get together to celebrate the day, the birthday of Az-Zahra alayhi salam. And each and every one of us are here to say congratulations to Imam Abbas Jalallah Ta'ala Faraj al-Sharif. You can't deny that one day this wood tree was just a tree and it was growing somewhere, none of us knows where. But today is a member for honoring Az-Zahra. And the entire kainat is worshipping Allah, the book of Allah. And this wood is his name and its benefits from being in the house of Allah. So with that, inshallah, you understand that you're in the house of Allah participating in the celebration of Maulana. And each and every one of us should be proud to be called Shia of Maulana. And of course, we will be tested every day. There is a dangerous time in this time. Our children are in danger, and our religion is being tested. But the message of Allah is the same thing that comes in the book. This pressure and mu'mineen, this path that you're following is the day that Allah said, in the day that I will call you and say salam to you. Okay. So, with that, and even it says that for the way that you're going, for what you're doing, that have provided a great result. So, with that message, also I have an AD for you, and that is, I was reading today, and it says, I want to remind you that at the time of night, before you fall asleep, if you read Ayatul Kursi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet has promised that your house, and it was interesting to me in this riwayah today that I read, that your house, your family, and also your neighbors. So, inshallah, I recommend everybody remember this, even if you don't do it every night, but try to get the benefit of that, and you can't go wrong. And the Rasul is came to shahid and mubashir and nazeer, so he will give the message. Salawat ala Muhammad.
Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. For the love of the Holy Prophet and his holy family, please recite the second salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. For the reappearance of our 12th Imam, please recite the third salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali I have a few verses of poetry for Sayedda Nisa al-Alameen, Fatima. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. So some of the words that the poet uses here, they have an enormous and deep meaning, and you'll understand like when you hear some of those. So I'd like you to stress on some of those as I go through this. Rahnumae Nisa Fatima, Rahnumae Nisa Fatima, Munfarid Muqtada Fatima, Rahnumae Nisa Fatima, Munfarid Muqtada Fatima, दर्द का हौसला फातिमा, दर्द का हौसला फातिमा, हिम्मते करबला फातिमा, गर्दिशे आसिया की कसम, गर्दिशे आसिया की कसम, जोरे मुश्किल कुशा फातिमा, जोरे मुश्किल कुशा फातिमा, रहनुमाए निसा फातिमा, मुनफरिद मुक्तदा फातिमा, है हदीसे किसा बस यही, है हदीसे किसा बस यही, फातिमा 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 फातिमा, अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद। भीख देते जो थक ना सका, भीख देते जो थक ना सका, तेरा दस्ते अता फातिमा, तेरा दस्ते अता फातिमा, रहनुमाए निसा फातिमा, मुनफरिद मुक्तदा फातिमा। इसके दूसरे बंदे शेर के खास तवज्जो है कबूले दुआ के लिए, है कबूले दुआ के लिए, मुंतखिब वास्ता फातिमा, मुंतखिब वास्ता फातिमा, रहनुमाए निसा फातिमा, मुनफरिद मुक्तदा फातिमा, अज़ मदीने का करबो बला, अज़ मदीने का करबो बला, जागती ममता फातिमा, जागती ममता फातिमा। The Holy Prophet, peace be on him, and his family says, whoever angers Fatima has angered me, and whoever has angered me has angered Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the poet here taking the help of this tradition, mentions the following verses. ہے مشیت کے ماتھے پابل ہے مشیت کے ماتھے پابل ہو گئی کیا خفا فاطمہ ہو گئی کیا خفا فاطمہ رہنمائے نساء فاطمہ منفرد مقتدا فاطمہ آپ کی ایک نگاہ کرم آپ کی ایک نگاہ کرم کیف کا فاطمہ کیف کا مدعا فاطمہ رہنمائے نساء فاطمہ منفرد مقتدا فاطمہ گردش آسیہ کی قسم زور مشکل کشا فاطمہ صلوات
محمد وآل محمد صلی اللہ جس نے زہرا کا دل دکھایا ہے جس نے زہرا کا دل دکھایا ہے وہ ہمارا نہیں پرایا ہے جس نے زہرا کا دل دکھایا ہے وہ ہمارا نہیں پرایا ہے اور تنگ ہے تجھ پہ جامع منصب تنگ ہے تجھ پہ جامع منصب تو نے یہ پیرہن چرایا ہے تو نے یہ پیرہن چرایا ہے اور نار دوزخ حلال کی خود پر نار دوزخ حلال کی خود پر تو نے دروازہ کیا جلایا ہے نار دوزخ حلال کی خود پر تو نے دروازہ کیا جلایا ہے اور رنگ لعنت بھرے گی خود اس میں نے خاکہ سا ایک بنایا ہے The students from Sunday school, they will be coming and they will give a speech regarding the Fatima Az-Zahra Salamun Alaiha. So I am inviting Zahra to come here and give the first speech. Muhammad Salawat.
أشوف من البنات وايد كايدين حجاب أجيب لك حجاب أجيب لك حجاب
My presentation is
وأجيب حجاب مثل من البنات
why we have Mommy, I want the pink. I don't want mine.
شوفي أنت حجاب الصليب مثل البنات جيب ليه وقع شوف طفل
محمد وآل محمد صلوات
جيبها المخدر جيبها المخدر
And the prophet said, Fatima is departed me. Whatever upsets her upsets me, and whatever harms her harms me. Imam Ali is her husband, and her children are Bibi Zainab, Bibi Kulsum, Imam Hassan, and Imam Hussein. She was born on the 20th of Ramadhan Thani and died on the 13th of Jumada al-Ula and the 3rd of Jumada or the 3rd. Some of her other names are Sayedda, she's great and strong. Bibi Fatima's era showed everyone that Muslim women aren't oppressed. She grew up in a childhood where many people were against her father because of his teachings of Islam. She was standing up for Prophet Muhammad and what she believed in. During the year of home, Prophet Muhammad declared that Imam Ali will be his successor. However, after Prophet Muhammad's death, people were arguing with each other on who will be the next successor. Az-Zahra stood up for herself and her husband in court, reminding them that she is the daughter of the Prophet of Islam and her family's right to Imam. She's caring. Bibi Fatima is a very kind and caring person. She took care of her family and the house she lived in, and worked hard to do so. When her father came home, she would treat his wounds when he got hurt. She would also do her best to prepare meals for her family, even though they didn't have much food. Pious. You might be familiar with the story of the Prophet. Prophet Muhammad, Az-Zahra, Imam Ali, Imam Hassan, and Imam Hussein are the Fanjadan, the Holy Five. They are also in the 14 Masulun. When Bibi Fatima was in court, she was covered head to toe in hijab. The baby was created for her, and it was a gift from Prophet Muhammad. Az-Zahra also never committed a sin in her entire life. The Prophet said, the four greatest women in the universe are Maryam, Asya, Khadija, and Fatima. Bibi Fatima has many names, but these are 5 very important ones. Samia. This name means that she's truthfully brave. She earned this name because of the bravery that she showed when she was just a child. Her father would come home beaten up by the Quraysh tribe because of his preachings of Islam. And so she was witnessing all this, and she was just a child. And so she took care of him when he came home. And she also, when she was like a teenager and a young adult, when he would be fighting battles, she would go out and she would help the soldiers that were wounded. And she would also, would go and like visit the graves of the soldiers. And also, she showed courage during the night when her house was attacked and it was set on fire. When she was unconscious, she had a dream that the Prophet told her that she would die, but she wasn't scared because she had faith in Allah. And she only informed Imam Ali, but she wasn't scared. The second name is Al-Kawira, which means affectionate and kindly. She earned this name because she visited all the graves of the fallen soldiers from her father's battle, and she prayed for them even though she didn't have to. And she also housed poor people in her area, even though she didn't have to. And she worked with her housemaids instead of making them do all the work. She worked in the house with them, and she gave them food, and she gave them clothes and things and such. Al-Jamilah. This means beauty, and not only was she beautiful on the outside, but she was also beautiful on the inside. She always helped people and fought for the side that was being oppressed, such as women who weren't being oppressed by Islam, which she showed that they weren't being oppressed by Islam, but by the people in her area, they were being oppressed. She showed kindness to everyone, such as her housemaids, like I said. She would care for them and she would do the housework with them instead of making them do all the work. al-Ummiyah. This name means exemplary mother. She is called this because she cared for her father when she came home at night beaten up by the Quraysh. He would come home and he was all like, and she would tend to his wounds. And she would also visit the graves of the soldiers who died in her father's battles, and she would pray for them. And she would set good examples for other women and just other people in her area. Az-Zahra. This means mingles with the poor and oppressed. She was called this because she hired housemates because women of her class in that area had housemates, but secretly she worked with them and she helped them. And the poor people in her area, she would give them food and clothe them, and sometimes she would house them. And she showed love to the poor and oppressed people who had no other support. And that is it. So lastly, I'm going to talk about why she is a role model. She is a role model because she shows bravery and she shows courage. And even through her life's darkest times, her courage never wavers. She shows kindness toward everyone, and she's just really a great role model because she's never had a sin in her whole life. And she just shows kindness toward everyone and has all great attributes.
مشکل کشائی لحد کے سہانے سے آواز آئی ازادار سرور ہے سونے دو اس کو فرشتوں جگانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا فاطمہ کی کجاؤ کا منبر بنایا نبی ہے یہ حکم خدا ہے بتایا نبی نے علی کے سوا جا نشین محمد کسی کو بنانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا دعا فاطمہ کی مسلسل ہے پہلا وہاں انبیاء کا جہاں پر سجا ہے علم با وفا کا خبردار کہہ دے کوئی مشکلوں سے وہاں آنے جانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا دعا فاطمہ کی خدا حکم دیتا ہے میرے محمد کیے جاؤ سجدوں پہ سجدے محمد حسین آپ کی پشت پر آ گئے ہیں ابھی سر اٹھانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا دعا فاطمہ کی خدا کی قسم شک نہیں اس میں کوئی نگہبان خود ہے محمد کی بیٹی چراغ عزاداری جلتا رہے گا ہواؤں بجھانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا دعا فاطمہ کی ہے نا کر علی کا ازل سے مزاجن بگڑ جائے مصر طوفان فوراً تکلم کے آگے ادو علی کا قصیدہ سنانے کی کوشش نہ کرنا دعا فاطمہ کی برای خوشنودی سیدت النساء العالمین صلوات
واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله كما هو أهله الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا سيد الثقلين جد الحسن والحسين أبي القاسم محمد الصلاة والسلام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الغر الميامين المنتجبين المكرمين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا رحمة الله على أحبابهم وأصحابهم وشيعتهم ومحبيهم أجمعين ولعنة الله على أعدائهم وقاتليهم وغاصبي حقوقهم من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد فقد قال الرحمن في كتاب الفرقان وقوله الحق وهو أصدق القائلين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر صلوات Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, I congratulate all of you on this spacious occasion on the birth anniversary of the Lady of Light, the Fatima Salamullahi alayha. And the second, congratulations to those children, mashallah, who had done a real good job. Their presentations were, mashallah, very impressive and amazing. And the teachers of your Sunday school also deserve the appreciation, the way they are basically teaching these children and the involvement of the children in the school. MashaAllah, it was really good to see that. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this community and give you more courage to participate in this religion and these activities. And especially the parents, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all with tawfiq so you can bring your children. And MashaAllah, it's really good to see all this participation. Sallallahu Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. The topic for tonight, the discussion will be talking about, inshallah, as you know that I have chosen Surah Kawthar to talk about for tonight, and all of you know that the reason behind it. Surah Kawthar, if you go into tafsir, and it's good to know that mashallah this community has a tafsir program that you do online. Alhamdulillah, your community is growing really fast, and your discussions and mashallah all these sessions are really great, and that's what Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wasalam basically need from us, and they want us to get into the knowledge. You know, the knowledge is wisdom, knowledge is power. So basically when you get together and participate in these activities, your gatherings, your sessions, it's mashallah very encouraging, and this give you motivation. So tonight inshallah we'll be talking about Surah Kawthar. The reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the verses of Surah Kawthar, and what is the relevance between Hazrat Fatima Az-Zahra Salamullahi alayha and Surah Kawthar. According to Shia and Sunni school of thought, all the Shias believe, and especially for children, that the Holy Prophet had two sons. He got married at the age of 25 with Hazrat Khadija, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had blessed him with two sons. He named one of the son as Qasim and the other son with the name Abdullah. But with a short period of time, both of those
sons of the Holy Prophet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took them back. So after those sons died, the mushrikeen, the non-believers of Makkah, were basically coming and talking to the Holy Prophet that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has taken the sons back. So in other words, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has cut him off, and the word that has been used in Surah Kawthar as Abtar, the one whose tail is cut off, the one whose line is not gonna go on, his progeny. And the mission of the Holy Prophet, the purpose of the preaching of Islam is going to be end with the Holy Prophet's life, because he does not have a son. So in the answer of the question of the mushrikeen, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed Surah Kawthar, and Allah said, Inna a'tayna kal Kawthar. O Holy Prophet, these people are asking and coming to you and saying that you are Abtar. A Holy Prophet, you are not Abtar. Your progeny is gonna go on and on and on. It's these mushrikeen that their tail is cut off, their progeny is gonna be cut off, but you and your progeny will go on. Inna a'tayna kal Kawthar. O Habib, my dear Prophet, I have given you Kawthar. Mufassirin say that, but what does that mean? The word Kawthar, what does that mean? Some of the Mufassirin say that Kawthar means a river. It's a stream of water, that means Kawthar. But Shia Mufassirin object that, and they say that the Kawthar does not mean a stream of water, does not mean a river. It's not a Hawd-e Kawthar. But in this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used the word Kawthar for Sayedda Fatima Az-Zahra salamullahi alayha. And there's a reason behind it, there's a logic behind it. Because if Kawthar would have meant that it's a river, in the next verse Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about Inna a'tayna kal Kawthar fasalli rabbika wanhar. Oh Habib, I have given you Kawthar, so in return what you have to do, fasalli rabbika wanhar, you worship your Lord, you pray to your Lord, and wanhar, and sacrifice. So it means that this blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the form of Kawthar is such a great blessing that Allah is asking the Holy Prophet to increase his prayer, to increase his worship. But having said that, if you recite Quran, it's the same point. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking in Surah Muzammil, Ya ayyuhal muzammilu kumil layla illa qalila. O my Prophet, when you worship, just decrease your worship, minimize it. You stand for a long time, you pray for a long time, and I know that you get tired. Oh Habib, when you pray at night, just cut it off a little bit. Just stand for a little shorter period of time. But here in this verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, فَصَلِّ رَبِّكَ وَانْهَارُ. Oh Habib, I have blessed you with Kawthar. So in return, in thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what you have to do, فَصَلِّ, increase your worship, increase your prayer, wanhar, and sacrifice. It means that Kawthar does not mean water. Because if it would have been water, it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed Holy Prophet with Hawd-e Kawthar. So Hawd-e Kawthar is such a great blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking his Holy Prophet, his messenger, to increase his prayer. Water has been created for the Holy Prophet. And not just the water, the whole universe has been created for the Holy Prophet. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Hadith Qudsi says, Lawlaka lama khalaqtul aflaq. Oh Habib, if I would not have created you, I would not have created nothing in the whole universe. If this universe exists, it means that everything has been created just because of you. I have created you, so in return I have to create the whole universe. The land, the sky, these trees, these rivers, these oceans, every single thing has been created for you. And in Hadith Kitab, whenever you have recite, when Malaika, when angels and Hazrat Jibreel asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who are these people underneath this qissa? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Inni ma khalaqtu sama'an mabniyatan wala arzan madhiyatan wala kamaran muniran wala shamsan muzi'atan wala falakan yaduru wala bahran yajri wala fulkan tasri illa fi في محبة هؤلاء الخمسة الذين هم تحت القصار. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala replied in the question of the angel that I have not created these skies, these earth, these land, these oceans, these river. I have not created the sun, I haven't created the moon, but in the love of these people who are underneath Kisar. So it means every single thing in this universe, whatever exists, has been created for Ahlul Bayt, for Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. So if every single thing has been created for them, so it means in those things water is a part of that. So water also has been created because of the Holy Prophet and his progeny. So how come the water should be a great blessing that the Holy Prophet has to pray Allah, the Holy Prophet has to worship more, the Holy Prophet has to sacrifice, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given him Kawthar. So what the Kawthar does not mean water here. It does not mean Hawze Kawthar here. It means Sayedda Fatima Az-Zahra salamullahi alayhi. Because the whole universe has been created just for the sake of Ali Muhammad. Laulaka lama khalaqtul aflaq. Oh Habib, if I haven't created you, I would not have created anything in the universe. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the next sentence in the Hadith Qudsi says that Laula aliyun lama khalaqtuka. Oh Habib, if I would not have created Ali ibn Abi Talib, I would not have created even you. And in the next sentence Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Laula Fatima lama khalaqtukuma. Oh Habib, in the first verse, in the first sentence, Allah says Laulaka lama khalaqtul aflaq. Oh Habib, if I would not have created you, there should be nothing in the universe. But the second sentence Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Walaula aliyun lama khalaqtuka. Oh Habib, if I would not have created Ali ibn Abi Talib, I would not have created yourself. And then the third sentence Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Walaula Fatima lama khalaqtukuma. Oh Habib, if I would not have created the soul of Fatima, I would not have created you and Ali ibn Abi Talib. So it means the whole universe has been created for the love of Muhammadu Ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Inna a'tayna kal Kawthar. Oh Habib, oh my dear Prophet, oh my messenger, I have blessed you with Kawthar. And see that this is the beauty of the Quran. Brother Mustafa was talking when he was reciting the verses of the Holy Surah. There's a beauty of Quran, brother and sister. You have to, don't just recite it and don't just go over it. Try to go into the meanings. Try to go deep into the meaning. What Quran is talking to us, because that's what basically the scholars say, that when you want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to speak to you, read Quran. Allah is speaking and you are a listener. Allah is talking to you and you are listening what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to you. And when you want to talk to Allah and you want Allah to listen to you, pray. In prayer you are talking and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is listening to you. So it's a beauty of Quran. See the Surah Kawthar, the shortest surah of the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because this surah was going to be revealed for the daughter of the Rasulullah, the lady of light. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made this surah very unique, because this surah was a daughter of the Holy Prophet. The daughter was unique in herself, and the surah had to be unique because the daughter was unique. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is the beauty of Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had chosen the words in this surah that He never used in the holy book of Quran, nowhere else. Kawthar, the word Kawthar has just used in Surah Kawthar at this point. In the whole book of Quran, 6,666 verses of the holy book of Quran, this word Kawthar was only used in Surah Kawthar. Inna a'tainaka and a'tainaka. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala only used in Surah Kawthar. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. This word wanhar, you won't see in Quran anywhere else besides Surah Kawthar. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ إِنَّا شَانِعَكَ هُوَ الْأَبْتَرُ. Oh Habib, your enemy is going to be tailless. Your enemy is going to be cut off. Your enemy's progeny is not going to go on, but you. So this word abtar in the holy book of Quran, you will not see anywhere else but in Surah Kawthar. So the personality of the Lady of Light is unique in herself, like the children were talking about. The attributes, the qualities of Sayedda Fatima Az-Zahra salamullahi alayha. She was unique and she is unique. A lot of people, they say no, the Holy Prophet did not have one daughter, he had 3 more daughters. The Shia school of thought, we only believe that the Holy Prophet had just 1 daughter. But other school of thoughts, they come up that no, the Holy Prophet had 3 more daughters, and that's their own logic. They want to prove later on that, which daughter was married to who, and then they try to compare those personalities with Ali ibn Abi Talib. But they agree on this point that the Holy Prophet got married when he was 25. Everybody is agreed on that. The Shia school of thought and the Ahlul Sunnah school of thought. They both agree on this point that the Holy Prophet got married when he was 25 years of age. And then they also agree on this point that he had no children until the age of 30. For the first 5 years, he had no children. At the age of 30, the Holy Prophet, the Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, brought Ali ibn Abi Talib to his home because Ali ibn Abi Talib was born when the age of the Holy Prophet was 30 years. So Ali ibn Abi Talib was brought to the house of Rasulullah, and the Holy Prophet had started taking care of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And then they say that the first child the Holy Prophet had was at the age of 35. At the age of 35, the first child. And then they say that the Holy Prophet announced, they say that he was made Holy Prophet at the age of 40. But we say no, the Prophet is Prophet. Al-Nabiyyu Nabiyyun law kana sabiyya. Even a Prophet is a child, he is still a Prophet. It's not that the Holy Prophet was made Prophet when he was 40 years old. No, he was Prophet. When even Al-Imamu Imaman walau kana fi batni ummih. Like Imam is Imam, even though if Imam is in the womb of a mother, he is still an Imam. It's not that Imam, was born and then he was raised and he started going to school and then he was appointed as an Imam. No. Similarly, a Nabi, a Prophet, a Messenger is not made Prophet at a certain age. Prophets are born as Prophet. They are born as the Messenger. And Quran, basically, Quran is witness to that when some people came to Hazrat Maryam and they said, "Oh Maryam, neither your father nor your mother were bad, so what happened? How did Jesus born without a father?" And Jesus was, a little tiny baby, and Hazrat Maryam, she did not reply to those people. She said, "Ask him." فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ. She pointed out towards Jesus and said, "Why don't you ask this child?" So those people who came to blame Hazrat Maryam, and they said, "How can we speak to a little child? He is just a newborn baby. How can he reply? How can he give answer to our questions? He is a little baby." فَأَشَارَتْ إِلَيْهِ. Hazrat Maryam said, "No, why don't you ask a question?" So when they turned towards Hazrat Isa, the Jesus, he was a little tiny baby. So Hazrat Isa replied to their question and said, "Inni Abdullah atani al-kitaba wa ja'alani nabiyya." I'm the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He has blessed me with a book and he had made me a prophet. So if Isa is a prophet while he is some days old, how can a leader of Isa is going to be made prophet when he was 40 years of age? It's impossible. If Isa is prophet when he is like couple days old and Quran is witness to that. So how come the Holy Prophet? So then they say that, before the age of 40, before he announced his prophethood, because according to their school of thought, they say that those daughters were married to non-believers, to kuffar, mushrikeen, because the Prophet did not, he wasn't a prophet, he did not announce his prophethood. So before the age of 40, before he announced his prophethood, the 3 daughters were married to kuffar and mushrikeen. But if you think about that, 25 years of age when he got married, 5 years he had no children. At 30 he brought Imam Ali to his home. At 35 he had first child. So from 35 to 5 years of age, how come 3 daughters were born, they were raised, they were grown up, and they got married? Can somebody just pay attention? 25 years age, he got married. 30 years, no children. 35, first child born. And according to their narrations, before the age of 40, 3 daughters were married to kuffar and non-believers, because they give logic to that the Holy Prophet wasn't a prophet, so that's why he gave his daughters to non-believers, kuffar and mushrikeen. But after 40 years of age, because the lady of light, Hazrat Fatima salamullahi alayha, she was born when the Prophet was 45 years of age. After the announcement of the prophethood, the lady of light born at the age of when the Holy Prophet was 45. So they say that those 3 daughters were born before the announcement of the prophethood. So it does not make any sense. It does not has logic into it. In 5 years, from 35 to 5, how can you prove that 3 daughters were born, they were raised, they were grown up, and then they got married? So in 5 years, so the Holy Prophet had only one daughter after he had 2 sons, and those sons passed away. So he had only one daughter, and the daughter's name is Fatima Az-Zahra salamullahi alayha. Inna a'tayna kal Kawthar. So Habib, I have blessed you with Kawthar. In Quran, Surah Maryam is there, and the status of Hazrat Maryam is, Surah Maryam is witness to that. She has a higher status. But there's a poet, Allama Iqbal and Irani brothers, they call him Iqbal al-Lahuri. When he is comparing Hazrat Maryam and Hazrat Fatima, that who has a higher status. The attributes of Hazrat Maryam and the attributes of Hazrat Fatima. Iqbal says, Maryam az yak nisbat Isa aziz. That Maryam is known as the greatest lady because she is the mother of Jesus. She is mother of Prophet Isa. She is infallible and she is a mother of infallible. She is a mother of a holy prophet. So Maryam az yak nisbat Isa aziz. And then Iqbal says, as seh nisbat Hazrat Zahra aziz. Maryam has just one sign that she has a higher status towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that reason is that she is a mother of Jesus. She is a mother of infallible. She is a mother of a holy messenger. So she has a greater status towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Iqbal says, as-seh nisbat Hazrat Zahra aziz. Maryam had one sign, but Hazrat Zahra had 3 attributes. That she has a higher status towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Iqbal says the first sign is Noore Chashme Rahmatul lil Alameen. The first quality that she has, that she is a daughter of Holy Prophet. Noore Chashm, Qurrat A'yun. The Holy Prophet had said in his hadith that Fatima, and mashallah the children were talking about that, Bad'atu minni. Fatima, Qurratu Aini. Fatima is from me, she's part of me, she's a piece of me. When they translate it, they say Fatima, Baz'atu minni is a part of my, they say, liver, liver, a piece of liver. But the Holy Prophet had said, Baz'atu minni, she is part of me. In other words, if the Holy Prophet is a prophet, Fatima is a part of prophethood. If Holy Prophet is a messenger, Fatima is a part of his messengership. So whatever status the Holy Prophet had, the Lady of Light had the same status. So Iqbal says, Maryam az yak nisbat Isa aziz, as seh nisbat Hazrat Noore Chashme Rahmatul lil Alameen, Imam Awwaleen wa Akhirin. And who is Rahmatul lil Alameen? He is Imam Awwalul Akhirin, Awwalin Akhirin. He is the leader of those who passed away. And he is the leader of those who had to yet come. So he is a leader of every human being who came and who had to come to this universe. Imam Awwalino Akhirin. And the first thing, Noor Chashme, Rahmatul lil Alameen, Imam Awwalin wa Akhirin. And then Iqbal says, Banue Anta Jadaure Hal Ata. She is a daughter of the Holy Prophet, the Messenger of Allah. The second attribute, the second quality that she has, Banue Anta Jadaure Hal Ata. She is wife of the personality that who has a crown of Hal Ata over his head. Brother Hussain was reciting the Surah Tahar. Tajdare Hal Ata, Banuyan, Tajdare Hal Ata. She is a wife of Ali ibn Abi Talib, who has a crown of Hal Ata over his head. Imam Awwalin wa Akhirin, Banuyan, Tajdare Hal Ata, Murtaza, Mushkil Kusha, Sher Khuda. Iqbal says that she is a daughter of the Holy Prophet. She is a wife of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And who is that Ali ibn Abi Talib? Sher Khuda. The lion, the tiger of Allah, Mushkil Kusha, Sher Khuda, Murtada, and then Madare Am, Markaze Parkaurish. First quality, she's the daughter of the Holy Prophet. Second quality, she's the wife of Amir al-Mu'mineen. The third quality, Maryam does not have these qualities. Maryam is infallible and she has no husband. She is Maryam, she is Batul without a husband. And Bibi Fatima is Batul with a husband. It's a big difference. To be an infallible with a husband and without a husband. It's a big difference. So Banuayam, Tajdare, Halata, Murtaza, Mushkil Kusha, Sher Khuda, Madare Am, Markaze, Farkaur Ish. She is the mother of those who are Markaze, Farkaur Ish. Who is a central point of love. When you go to Karbala, what do you see? Everybody is being attracted towards her. Madare-am markaze farkaur ish, Madare-am karman salaur ish. And she is the mother of those who is a leader of the caravan of love. And then Iqbal says that Rishta-e Aoin-e Haq Zanjeer Paas. The last two, I'm leaving everything else on the side, but these last two lines of poetry, Iqbal says that Rishta-e Ain-e Haq Zanjeer Paas. Iqbal says, I want to say a lot of things, but I cannot say. Why? Because Shari'at, because the boundaries of Shari'at are holding me back. I want to say something. Rishta-e Ain-e Haq Zanjeer Paas. Paase Farmane Hazrat Mustafa As. Rishta-e Ain Haq Zanjeer Paas. Something is holding me back. I want to say, but I cannot say. Paase Farmane Hazrat Mustafa As. There is a saying of Holy Prophet that I cannot say, but I want to say. And in the last line, Iqbal says that if I was allowed to say those things that I want to say, those things that is in my heart, if I was able to say that, warna gir turbatash gardidmi, that if Iqbal was allowed to do tawaf, Iqbal would not go to Kaaba to do tawaf. He would have done tawaf around the grave of the Holy Lady of Light. Warna gir turbatash gardidmi, sajdaha barkha ki upashidmi. If Iqbal had given permission, Iqbal would have sajda, the prostration over the soul, over the basically the place where the grave of the Holy Lady of Light. That's the highest status. The Lady of the Light, Al-Kawthar. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, O Habib, inna a'tayna kal Kawthar. I have blessed you with Kawthar. I have blessed you with this great gift. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. O Habib, now you increase your worship. Now you pray. And now you do sacrifice. Inna sha'ni'aka wal abdal. Your enemy is not going, and you can see that today. Alhamdulillah, no matter wherever you go, anywhere in the world, you see Sadat, the progeny of the Holy Prophet, the descendants of Rasulullah, you see everywhere. But do you see, if somebody claims that I'm a son of As ibn Wa'il, there's no one who claims that I'm son of As ibn Wa'il, I'm son of Abu Jahl, I'm son of Abu Lahab. But you can see everywhere, it's a miracle of the holy book of Quran. And the followers of Ahlul Bayt had gone through a lot of things. There's an enemy of Ahlul Bayt, his name was Hajjaj. He had killed like thousands and thousands of believers, thousands and thousands of Shia. Because the progeny of Rasulullah continued through the Lady of Light. So he did not believe in that. So he had a prisoner in his prison. He just took him out one day, and it was a day of Eid al-Adha, and he asked people that what people are going to do today. So they said that they're going to sacrifice animals. So he said, because he was an enemy of Ahlul Bayt, he said that people are going to sacrifice animals today. I'm going to sacrifice a human being today. And he asked his servant to just go to jail and just bring somebody out. There was a Hafiz of Quran, his name was Sha'bi. He says that I was standing among those people. A very weak person was brought, at that place. And he said, I recognize him. His name was Sa'id ibn Jubair. So Hajjaj ibn Yusuf asked him that, do you believe that the Imamain al-Hasan wal-Hussein are the sons of Rasulullah? He says, yes. I believe through Kawthar, Inna A'tainaka al-Kawthar, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had promised His Prophet that I have given you Kawthar, abundance. So the progeny of Rasulullah continued through the Lady of Light, Sayedda Fatima Az-Zahra salamullahi alayha. Sallallahu Muhammad wa alayhi Muhammad. So Hajjaj says that, if you cannot prove this one from Quran, people are going to sacrifice animals, I'm going to sacrifice you today. But if you prove this from Quran that Hassan and Hussein are the sons of Rasulullah from Quran, I will release you. But I will not accept Ayah Mubahala. Because he had thought that it's only one verse, Ayah Mubahala, فَقُلْ تَعَالُوا نَدُوا أَبْنَاءَنَا وَأَبْنَاءَكُمْ وَنِسَاءَنَا وَنِسَاءَكُمْ وَأَنفُسَنَا وَأَنفُسَكُمْ ثُمَّ نَبْتَهِلْ فَنَجْعَلْ لَعْنَةَ اللَّهِ عَلَى الْكَاذِبِينَ. He was thinking that it's only one verse in Quran that says that Hassan and Hussein are the sons of Rasulullah. Because Mubahala, Allah said that, Messenger asked them, you bring your men, they bring their men, you bring your ladies, they bring their ladies, you bring your sons. And when Prophet was allowed to bring his son, Prophet had only brought Hassan and Hussein. So Quran is witness to that the sons of Rasulullah are Hassan and Hussein. So Hajjaj said to Sayyid ibn Jubair that I cannot accept this verse, the Mubahala, but if you can prove from the holy book of Quran that Hassan and Hussein are the sons of Rasulullah, I will release you. So there was a Qari of Quran, the one who had memorized Quran. He said that I started thinking from Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim until Nas, is there any verse that basically supports that Hassan and Hussein are the sons of Rasulullah through Kawthar? And he said that I could not find any verse in the holy book of Quran that support this idea that Hassan and Hussein are the sons. So he said that I thought that Sayyid ibn Jubair would have been killed today. He's going to kill him and he's going to sacrifice him today because he will not be able to prove his idea. And then soon Hajjaj said that I will not accept Ayah Mubahala, and Sayyid said that I'm not going to recite Ayah Mubahala, I will recite another verse which supports that Hassan and Hussein are the sons of Rasulullah. And then Hazrat Sayyid ibn Jubair started reciting the verse, وَوَهَبْنَا لَهُ إِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ كُلًّا هَدَيْنَا وَنُوحًا هَدَيْنَا مِنْ قَبْلُ وَمِنْ ذُرِّيَّتِهِ داود وسليمان وأيوب ويوسف وموسى وهارون وكذلك نجزي المحسنين وزكريا ويحيى وعيسى وإلياس وكل من الصالحين. When Sa'id recited this verse, Hajjaj said that how come this verse supports that Hassan and Hussein are the sons of Rasulullah? And Sa'id said that don't you understand? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking in this verse that Isa is son of Ibrahim. Even though there was a difference of 27 generations between Prophet Jesus and Prophet Ibrahim, 27 generations. But in this verse Allah says that Isa is son of Ibrahim. If Isa could be son of Ibrahim after having 27 generations gap, how come Hassan and Hussein are not son of Rasulullah? There is no gap in between. So we had to accept that. So he released Sayyid ibn Jubair. So Al-Kawthar means that the Lady of Light was the source of abundance. Source of abundance. Source of progeny of Rasulullah. So just to conclude that, because so many attributes of the Lady of Light, so many attributes of her name has many qualities, like you have, mashallah, seen that Zahra, Batul, Radiya, Marziya, Muhaddisa, Alima. She has many names, and all of those names have their own attributes and qualities. But we have to see that how we can relate those names to our lives. How can we relate the attributes of the Lady of Light to our life? Is this just that, when it's a birthday anniversary, we celebrate that, and we just like celebrate and be happy that we are the followers of Ahlul Bayt, or we have to do something? Is there any action that we have to do? Is there anything that we have to move forward? And that is the message of tonight. The Lady of Light, she has many attributes, but being a follower of Ahlul Bayt, being the follower of the Lady of Light, being the follower of Fatima Az-Zahra, it's obligation on us that we have to see that what are those attributes and how we can follow the lady. She has many aspects of her life. She was a daughter. She was a mother. She was a wife. The only thing she did not have, that she wasn't a sister, because both the sons of Rasulullah had died. So that deficiency was fulfilled by Sayedda Zainab Salamullahi alayha. She was a perfect Lady of Light, Sayyidah Fatima Az-Zahra. Perfect daughter. So this is a message for our daughters. How we can relate the life of Hazrat Fatima to our lives. Should we go and study the lifestyle of Sayyidah Fatima? How nice daughter she was. How did she love to her father? And what made her father to say Fatima to Ummu Abiha? She's a mother of her father. Can you believe that? Fatima to Ummu Abiha. Ummu Abiha. She was a daughter, and the Holy Prophet is saying that she is a mother of her father. What's the reason behind it? She had so much love towards her father. She cared so much to her father, and she took care of such a way that the Holy Prophet had to say that like a mother takes care of her son, her child, her daughter, Fatima took care of me. So Fatima to Ummu Abiha. How much love she had towards her father. How much she cared about her father. One day the Holy Prophet was in sajda, in prostration, and one of the non-believers, he came and he had a skin of an animal. And somebody, just put on the back of the Holy Prophet. The Lady Fatima, she could not tolerate that. She just ran to the place where the Holy Prophet was in sajda, and she went there and she took that skin of animal away and she was cleaning the back of her. How much love she had. What a great wife she was. That Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu was salam. Amir al-Mu'mineen was proud that such a great wife. She never demanded anything. Never. One day Ali ibn Abi Talib came to her and said, Fatima, all this life has passed away. You never demanded anything. You never asked me anything. That day Sayyidah Fatima said, Ya Ali, if you want to bring me something, I want to eat a pomegranate. And it wasn't a season of that fruit. So Ali ibn Abi Talib said, okay, if you want to eat a pomegranate, I'm going to find you one. So Ali ibn Abi Talib went into the city of Medina, and he went to a door of a Jew. Ali ibn Abi Talib knocked at the door and he asked him, is there a way that you have a pomegranate? And he said, yeah, of course, even though the season is not there, but I have a couple of them. Ali ibn Abi Talib bought those pomegranates. And he was coming back with a joy in his heart, with this happiness, that like the very first time in life, Fatima asked me something. And she asked for the fruit, and I got it. I'm going to please her. I'm going to give it to her, and she'll be happy. When Ali ibn Abi Talib was walking through the streets of Medina, he just saw a person lying down on the ground. Ali ibn Abi Talib just stood there. He stayed there. He asked him, he said, "Are you okay? What's wrong with you?" And the person, he said that, "O Amir al-Mu'mineen, I'm hungry. I have nothing to eat. If somebody would have given me something to eat, I would have been able to walk and stand up. I cannot even stand up." Ali ibn Abi Talib had a pomegranate in his hand. Sat down on the ground, made two parts of that, started taking the pieces of the pomegranate and started feeding that person. After the half part was done, Ali ibn Abi Talib asked him, "Are you okay now? Are you able to get up?" And he said, "If you can give me a little more, I would have feel better." So the half part, see, first time Sayyidah Fatima demanded something. Half of the pomegranate Ali ibn Abi Talib had given away. How much Ali cared for humanity. That's the lesson for us. Do we care for our brothers and sisters? Are we followers of Ali ibn Abi Talib? Are we Shias of Ali ibn Abi Talib? So Ali ibn Abi Talib took the other part of the pomegranate and started feeding that person. When he came home, he had nothing in his hands. He walked into the house, and what did he see? That the Lady of Light, Hazrat Fatima, was sitting right in the middle of the house. "Ali ibn Abi Talib, thank you very much. You had sent me some pomegranates. Somebody just came and said that Ali ibn Abi Talib had sent you these pomegranates." Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent them through paradise because they cared for humanity. She was such a great wife that Ali ibn Abi Talib had, after she passed away, somebody asked that, Rasulullah asked that, "Ya Ali, how was your wife?" Ali ibn Abi Talib replied that she was a best help in worship. She was my best companion in prayer. Our sisters should look into it. What is the environment in our households? Are we following the lifestyle of Hazrat Fatima? What kind of mother she was? She was a mother of Hassan and Hussein, Markazi Parkaudish. She raised Hassan and Hussein. And see how great mother she was. One day she was praying, and Imam Hassan was sitting right next to her, and she was just praying and praying and praying. And Imam Hassan was listening to her very carefully. When she was done praying, Imam Hassan asked her a question. "Oh my dear mom, I was listening to your prayer. You were praying for every single person, but you never prayed for yourself. You were praying for our relatives, our neighbors, people we know, our friends, everybody else, every single person you name. But I did not listen that you prayed for yourself." And the Lady of Light replied, "Ajar summa dar." A neighbor has more right than you have your right on yourself. Others have more right over you than you have right over yourself. So this is the lifestyle of the Holy Lady. If she cared so much about other, many stories and many incidents. At one time somebody came to Sayyidina Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Somebody came to the mosque of Rasulullah and said, "Ya Rasulullah, I'm hungry. I need dress. I don't have a ride. I need an animal that I can ride upon." Holy Prophet said that, "Is there anybody in the mosque who can fulfill his needs?" And there was nobody. And then Hazrat Rasulullah said, "Oh Abu Al-Azhar, why don't you take her to my daughter's house? Why don't you take her to Fatima's house? because that is the only one door that no one goes away without taking anything. So Hazrat Abu Zar took that person to the door of Sayyidah Fatima and he said, "O family of Ahlul Bayt, I'm a needy person, I'm hungry, I need dress, I need food, I need money for my travel." So the Sayyidah Fatima looked inside the house and she said, "I only have a piece of skin of an animal that I prey upon. You want to take this?" He said that it's not going to fulfill my needs. And then she said, "I have a necklace that the daughter of Hamza had given me as a gift. A very precious gift." She took that necklace and she gave it to that person. He got that necklace, he came to the mosque and he said, "Is there any person who's going to buy this and give me money? Because I need money, I need food, I need clothes, I need ride, I need money for the travel expenses." Someone came forward. Hazrat Miqdad. He bought that necklace. He gave him the money. And Hazrat Miqdad took that necklace and presented in front of the Holy Prophet. "Ya Rasulullah, this is the necklace of Sayyidah Fatima. Nobody can give money for that. You take it." The Holy Prophet took that necklace and asked Miqdad, "Oh Miqdad, the servant of Hazrat Miqdad, he took that necklace to Rasulullah." And he said, Miqdad said that, "I'm going to free you today." And the servant of Hazrat Miqdad took that necklace and he came back to the house of Sayyidah Fatima and he said, "Oh Bibi, this is your necklace. You gave it to a needy person. You take it back." And see what the Sayyidah Fatima replied. She said, "How blessed this necklace is. A needy, his all the needs are fulfilled. He was hungry, he had gotten food now. He needed dress, he got money, he can buy dress now. He needed a ride, he got money, he can buy his ride now. And this slave, he was a slave, he is free now. And this necklace is back to its owner now." This was the lifestyle of Sayyidah Fatima. She never sent anybody back without giving them something. And in this gathering, in this session, of course, all of you just bring your prayers in your mind and ask the Lady of Paradise. Ask her that we are needy today. "O Sayyidah Fatima, we know that if we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through you, we will not be turned away. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to bless us with everything. And we are going to promise you that we are going to be true believers. We are going to be true Shias. We are going to follow your footsteps on your birth anniversary. O Lady of Light, O Lady of Paradise, O Sayyidah Fatima, we promise that the sisters are there. Promise to the Lady of Paradise that we are going to grow up our children looking at yourself. How did you grow up, Hassan and Hussein? We try to follow your footsteps. The way you had presented yourself towards Amir al-Mu'mineen, we are going to be the same wives to follow your footsteps in our households. This is, dear brothers and sisters, how we relate the life of Sayyidah Fatima to our life. If we just be happy, if we just celebrate, and we do not try to follow the lifestyle, we are going to get rewards. But that's not enough. That's not enough. That's a path, it's not a destination. It can take us towards the destination, but set your goals. Brothers and sisters, in these last few minutes, just analyze your lives every day. Just look at your life. How are we living our lives? Are we living for just this life, the life we are living in? Is this the purpose of life, that we are living our lives? Or there's a greater purpose that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created us? If you compare this life towards the life of Akhirah, and I ask you that, what is the percentage between this life and that life? You cannot say that this is 1% and that is 99%. You cannot say that this is 0.1% 0.0001%, and that is 99.9999%. Why? Because you know that this life is going to end one day. You get age of 60, 70, 80 or 100 years. One day you have to die. But the life over there is infinite. It's not going to end. It's infinity. It's endless. There's no end to that life. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us that if you live this life who has an end, if you live in such a way that you follow Ahlul Bayt, you live in such a way, the way I want you to live. If you spend these 70, 80 years the way I want you to live, I will make that life which is unlimited, I will make it the way you want to live. So it's all upon to us now. It's our decision now how we want to live this life. We just want to go through it, or we want to analyze it. Brothers and sisters, especially the youngsters, especially the children. Alhamdulillah, you have Sunday school here. Al-ilmu fi sigar ka naqshe fil hajar. The knowledge that has learned in this age is like a mark on the stone. You never forget that. So we have to teach these children a true message. Whatever you teach them, they are going to learn. If you teach them how to tell a lie, they are going to learn. The children, learn from the environment. They watch, they observe things. They observe our lifestyles. If we spare some time for Ali Muhammad, they are going to do the same way. But if we don't have time to come towards the Shab-e-Jummah program, to come to the Jummah prayer, to come to Sunday school, if we don't have time for Ali Muhammad, don't think that your children will be Salman and Abu Zar. It's us. If we show them, how a true believer can be, you can expect them to follow that footstep. But if you give them wealth, if you give them everything to make them successful in this life, you can make them a good doctor, engineer, you can make them a good businessman, everything. But that will help them in this life. After they enter into a different life, dollar and pound, safe and sound, is not going to help them. That formula is just for this life. Money is not going to help them in grave. Money is not going to help them on Pule Sirat. Money is not going to help them in Barzakh. What's going to help them in Barzakh, in grave, on the day of judgment, is the love of Ahlul Bayt and their actions and their deeds, their amal salih. So brothers and sisters, we have to pay attention, because the time we live in is not an easy time. And even future is if you just observe the future, the time coming in, it's very critical time. And you see in your life, you see in your communities, you see what's happening around us. So the only thing that can save us right now is the love of Ahlul Bayt and our centers. If you attach yourself and your children, your communities, you attach yourself towards the center, then you can have a hope that our children will not be betrayed. They will not be lost in their lives. If they have a love of Ali Muhammad, especially our daughters or sisters, you have a great responsibility, and the Sirat of Sayedda Fatima is in front of us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with the love of Ali Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all for your love, for all your action, for all your good deeds. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cured all those who are sick, who are not feeling well. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your deceased ones. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless those with wealth who are the needy ones. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless those who are less fortunate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your communities. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless your children and make them the true believers and true followers of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Allahumma taqabbal minna innaka anta samiul alim bijay Muhammadin wa alihi tayyibin at-tahirin al-ma'sumin. Sallallahu alaihi
Assalamu alaikum ya Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum ya Amir al-Mu'minin wa Sayyid al-Wasiin. Assalamu alaikum ya Fatima Az-Zahra Sayyidat al-Alamin. Assalamu alaikum Sayyid Shuhada Karbala. خصوصاً سيدي مولاي أبو الفضل العباس ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا غريب الغرباء، السلام عليك يا معين الضعفاء والفقراء، السلطان العربي الأجم، السلام عليك يا أبا الحسن يا علي بن موسى يا ولدا، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك صاحب العصر والزمان، السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان، أجل الله تعالى فرجك وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك وظهورك. السلام عليكم وعلى آبائه الطيبين الطاهرين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.